time for Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. Holla Chi-Town, Scream ATL, Shout Carolinas. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. We are in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. I am Laura Simmons.
And I am Ursula D. Allen, aka Blue Luz.
I know that's right. So, our other two co-hosts is not in today. Margaret Green and Meredith Durham. They're all out of the studio today. So it's me and Ursula. We are in the what?
In
Building.
the building, baby.
That's right. We finna do this. So how was your day so far, Ursula?
Very busy. It was a very busy and hot and humid ATL day.
Oh, not
How about
ATL.
you?
It was a busy day. I got my walk in. I get my walk in every day.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so I got my walk in, which was a plus for me. Um, and I had a bunch of other stuff to take care of today, so I did those things.
As always.
Yeah, I'm always busy. Never fails. I'm always keeping it busy. But yeah, it was a good day, and the weather was. I don't even know if it was really hot.
What?
I don't even know if it was really hot or not to me.
Okay. Well, it's evident that y'all not having the same hot we having. And if you didn't know,
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. I was just joking. I was just joking. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding, guys. It was hot. It was hot as always. But yeah, so far it was a really good day though. I can't complain. I've learned to not complain, and thank God
amen.
for each and every day because
Amen.
so many folks have left here, and I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful for the many blessings that God has um, blessed me with, the different things that I have seen, the different things that I'm learning each and every day. So I'm just grateful, you know.
I always say, how people are always, well, I'm not going to say people always complain, but I mean, it is what it is. You know how, like, you may be in pain, you may be going through some situations with your finances, with your love life, with your children, and it could be very stressful at times. This is true. We all know this. But I always say that if you're still here to tell the story, that you're blessed.
Right.
If you could see the sun in the morning, you're blessed.
Yep.
You
That
know what
is
I
so true.
mean?
Yep.
So I'm grateful.
Yeah. Me too. I am. I'm very grateful. I'm I thank God each and every day, I love the sunlight. There was a time when the sunlight um you know I was a different person some years back, but now I'm so grateful about different things.
Mhm.
I'm so grateful about a lot of things that normally I would complain about. I'm not going to complain about it.
Amen. I'm
Yeah.
grateful to have my husband, Malcolm Jamal Warner, or Theo, as you know him. I'm so grateful for him. I love him, and he's so fine. But I'm so grateful that he's so fine. But anyhow,
You sound like that lady they arrested at the airport in Dallas, who was saying that Chris Brown was her husband.
now see, I ain't going that far. No, ma'am.
That chick said, she said Chris Brown was her husband. I'm like, wow.
Maybe she meant another Chris Brown.
No, she was talking about Chris Brown, the singer.
See, I ain't going that far.
Yeah, well, she did. She was. They said she started shooting, and she started shooting up in the air, and she was saying that God told her she's a prophet of God, and she's Chris Brown's wife, and all this other craziness. But child,
Oh my,
please.
oh
No,
my God.
yeah, so if I hear about somebody saying something about they Malcolm Jamal Warner's wife, then I know it's you. I'm gonna
No, no,
definitely
no.
know.
If you hear about somebody else saying, you better let me know. That's what
Yeah.
you better do.
Oh, okay.
Besides his real one.
Yeah. So look. So did you hear about the 22-year-old British tourist killed by a helicopter in front of his friends during a Greek vacation?
No.
Yes, girl. The man got chopped up in pieces by the helicopter after um exiting the rotors, spinning rotors. It
Yeah.
took his head right off and chopped him
Are
on
you
up.
serious?
Yeah, they
What
said
the
it.
hell? What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He said he was 22 years old. They was hollering and trying to get his attention, but guess what? He was on his cell phone, wasn't paying attention, walked right into it, and died. It just took him completely out of here. It
That's
just
hard.
tore
That's
him up.
hard.
They said it mangled him. Mm.
His family's gonna sue, probably.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably so. Probably so. He was 22 years old.
Right, because here's the thing, even though he was negligent, how could it happen? Put him
I
in a position like that.
They said that they was having some kind of problems, I guess. They was having problems with the helicopter to begin with, and they said that the pilot um he is traumatized
I'm
because
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I want to also say a prayer for all those people in Missouri that dealt with the heavy rainstorms in Louisiana. What is it? St. Louis,
Yeah.
Missouri? Yeah. They got like 8.6 inches of rain on Tuesday,
Mm, mm, mm.
early Tuesday morning, they said. And they said that it was flooding vehicles and everything, and people had to run out of their homes and all that stuff. So, yeah,
Mm.
prayers going up to those people.
Amen. Definitely.
Yep. And this is a Chicago thing, but I just wanted to say it because I just think that we talked about politicians before, so I'm gonna say this about the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Lightfoot. So they said that she got multiple tickets, unpaid, and she had just and then they said one of the tickets she was two of the violations was committed by Lightfoot's SUV reportedly occurred in a school zone. Okay, why are y'all speeding through a school zone to begin with? Why?
And this is your current mayor.
Right. This is their current mayor. Their current mayor. That's not my mayor, but that's the current mayor for Chicago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, that's crazy. And she ain't paid her speeding tickets. She ain't paid none of them. They said that she had they got police cars that have racked up multiple traffic tickets that have gone unpaid despite the mayor's stricted speed cameras. She wanted stricter speeding cameras so they can catch your butt, right? But I'm just saying now. I'm just
That's because
saying.
politicians think they're above the law. So
Yes, they do. And I want to say prayers to Tony Dow. Tony Dow, who died. He's 77 years old. That is Leave It to Beaver actor. The
Oh, he died. I heard he was in the hospital, like on his deathbed.
Yeah, he was battling cancer. Yeah, they say he died. He passed away at age 77. So my
Listen,
prayers go out to his family. Mhm.
yes, my prayers go out to his family. Rest in peace. And this is no disrespect to Mrs. Dow, but when I was a young girl, I used to have the biggest crush on him.
Yeah, they say he was a real sweetheart. This from what a lot of people were saying. They say he was a real sweetheart. Yeah,
Love him.
yeah. So did you see the pool party where a sinkhole that opened beneath the swimmers and at a party takes a life of a man? Did you see that? Oh my
No.
goodness, it was so disturbing. So they was all in the swimming pool. They were swimming, and all of a sudden, the bottom of the pool opened up, and one of the men got caught because all the plastic, the little floating equipment and stuff, the little floating toys and stuff were all going into this hole, and he was going in the hole. So the the toys covered him up as it was sinking in, and
Girl,
he died. Yeah, and he
what?
died. Yes, yes, that's so sad.
Girl, that's why I do not look at the news. I'm sorry.
Hmm. And then, okay, so I know a lot of you guys go to McDonald's and all these other little fast food restaurants to get your coffee in the morning. Be careful. They said a lady went to she was having she already had was having a rough day to begin with. She had already started her day off rough, so she stopped to get her a cup of iced coffee. And as she was sipping, she realized
Oh,
that she was swallowing mucus.
oh God.
One of the employees had hawked and spit
Oh
in
my
her
no.
coffee. Yeah. So
No.
be careful what you guys are drinking and taking in and stuff like that. Just be careful because
She
oh
about
my
to have her a big old lawsuit.
yep. Yep. They arrested the employee too because that's not that's not right. You can't do that.
Yeah, because it's a lot that can be passed on from bodily
Yeah.
fluids.
Yeah. Yeah. You got all these different things going on and stuff. It was just so disgusting just hearing about it. Ugh. I'm like, oh my goodness, who does that? Who
That's
does that?
disgusting. That's horrible.
Yeah, it is. Very. Yeah, very. So, yeah, that goes that. And the last thing I want to mention is I hope you guys got y'all Mega Million tickets. It is at
Oh,
a
it's tonight?
whopping, yes, ma'am. It is at a whopping $830 million.
I didn't get any. I forgot.
Wow. Well, if I win, I got you. I got you. You cool. I got you. Yeah. So as for Margaret Green, I hope you listening. South Kakalaki, get that ticket out there if you can. All right, Margaret Green.
That's why you make your own coffee. That's right. Hey, Margaret.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah. Um that's sad though. It is. It's sad.
Margaret, you got to get that winning ticket.
Yeah, Margaret, that Carolina, Ohio, y'all the ones that be winning all the time. They don't win up here in Illinois. We don't win like that. California, Meredith, get that ticket while you out there in California. Make sure you get that Mega Million ticket while you out there in Cali, Mara. But yeah, I guess we lost. I guess her phone must have died out. But I guess
Oh,
she'll
she
come back.
dropped off.
Yeah, she dropped off. But we could talk. We could talk about different things that's going on and
Well,
stuff like that.
I have to ask you this.
Huh.
Now I don't know, you know, I don't know what kind of TV you watch, right?
Hmm.
But have you ever watched the show P Valley?
No. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Ursula. Honestly, I'm gonna be really, really honest with you. I really, really don't watch much TV. When I do watch TV, it's either Netflix or whatever the other station my husband be watching. Those the only two stations I really watch. Yeah,
Well,
she do.
I, you know, she what?
She said she had to watch those wildfires out there in California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, so I really don't watch a lot of TV. I'm one of those, and you know, with my schedule, with all the different things that I got going on, I don't really have time to watch TV.
Well, I don't like, you know, when I was younger, I used to have all my shows, whatever. What I do now, I record. I know what night, what my favorite shows come on, and I record. And when I get a minute, I sit down and watch them. Because I watch a lot of Netflix too when I can. Because I shouldn't say this on the air, but at my job, I watch Netflix and stuff like that. But I have a show. Let me see my shows that I record. I watch P Valley. I watched Tyler Perry's Sisters, and I
Sister.
watched Becoming Elizabeth, which is about you know, young Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. I
Oh,
love
really?
I love those type of shows.
Oh, okay.
The time period pieces. I love those type of shows. I mean, I've seen all of the Elizabeth, the you know, films about Queen Elizabeth. I've seen ones about her mom. Anne Boleyn. I love those types of shows and movies and stuff like that. But see, you needed to have watched this for me to really have this discussion. So P Valley, I don't know if you heard about it. So it is a show that is supposed to depict the life of I guess like strippers, well, people in this small town, right? The main
Hmm.
place is strip club. The name of the place is called Chuckalisa. That's the name of the little town. The name of the strip club is called P Valley. And the P stands for you know what. But on this show, they just show like some of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on. According to the lady who wrote the show, which I'm not sure, I forgot her name, but she's just showing some stuff that happens to people in her real life.
Hmm.
And so this is the second season. Um, but it's a very interesting show. The writing is phenomenal because they've created what the writer has done is she has created Chuckalisa's own culture. There are certain the dialect that the people on the show use. Um, they like supposed to be super country, but certain words that they say. So that's the writing is just phenomenal, and the plots. I mean, oh man, I can't tell you because I don't like I say you might pick up to look at it, but you probably won't. But it's just a super good show. So, but what I was gonna say is, so two, well, you was three. Two other characters on there are homosexuals, right?
Hmm.
What is happening on TV nowadays is they have shown two love scenes between these men. And when I say to you, they've shown it, they've shown. The only thing you don't see is the actual penetration. but you know what's going on, and they showing you all is crazy. Now I like the show, but that part of the show, I'm like, they could leave that part out. But I guess the writer wouldn't be true to her what she's experienced if she left that part out. So, but it's a good show, but it ain't for no punks. It's pretty
Oh,
good
wow.
though.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, what do you watch when you do watch TV?
Um, well, I watch some of the stuff that my husband be wanting to watch.
Oh my gosh, she said that y'all see the robbery of a church in New York on live stream Sunday. It was shown on. No, Lord, that's horrible. So Margaret, they were having church and somebody robbed them on the live. That's horrible. That is horrible. Nothing is sacred.
Yeah.
Did did she respond?
Huh?
Did she
Yeah.
respond?
I'm waiting on her to respond now, but I'm not. I guess.
Yeah, see, I don't, and I guess that wasn't on the news, but I don't watch news at all. And I know people say you gotta watch news. I don't because I got enough people around me to tell. I hate to say that, but the news is all negative, and even the negative that we as humans create. This lady in her phone, she ain't paying me no money.
Okay.
She ain't paying me
Yeah. She said something. Yes. Yes. What's that mean? What you talking about? Did y'all see the? Oh yeah, about that pastor and his jury and uh yeah, his jury, he lost all his jury. Him and his wife lost all their jury. Well, it actually looked like it was set. It was what they call it. It was a setup or something, or they had actually planned that out.
Unfortunately, some people don't have respect anymore for the Lord's house. That's right. That's in terms of violence. That's in terms of what they do. Listen, I'm telling you, this is crazy, y'all. You got people in the church be cursing, like if they in their seat, and I'm telling you, I know because I've been sitting next to somebody who just said a curse word in church, like under their breath. You still in church. You got people who wear it, and I ain't talking about people who don't have nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about people who they have things to wear, but they don't have enough reverence for God. They just choose to just come looking crazy sometimes, like hoochies or whatever. Yeah, I don't want to sound like an old lady, but I'm just saying, yeah, nothing. A lot of people don't have respect for God's house. It's our culture. Our culture is like a do you society. Whatever make you feel good. If that's cursing in church, if that's robbing the church, if that's just doing whatever, having sex with animals, do you? Yeah, that's the culture we live in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She said, unfortunately, something. Oh, you read that already? What she
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Why
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, they said he said that the pastor was saying that he didn't understand. He said, why would somebody do that to them? And he was also saying that people were saying that he was really flashy. He said, but he
Who the
worked
pastor?
hard. Yeah, he said he worked hard for what he had. So being flashy, he didn't feel like he was being flashy.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not talking about his character, but I'm talking about him as a person. It doesn't matter if he was flashy, if he was even whatever, but that's just like when people say, "Oh, why did she get raped?" Oh, do you see what she's wearing? Nobody deserves to be raped because of what they're wearing. Nobody deserves to be robbed because he's flashy. People are crazy. I'm sorry for saying that, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's like I told you, our society. Do you? If that's what makes you feel good, just do it. I don't want to I don't want to be around people who feel like they, and I know plenty of people who just feel like, have you ever heard somebody always saying, "Oh yeah, she'll get over it."
She said that's what she heard. Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard the same thing that
That he was
um
flashy.
that he was flashy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe that's not becoming of a pastor, but it didn't deserve to for him to be robbed and the other people in the church to be frightened and God's house to be disrespected. Doesn't matter. What are you doing on your phone? You're not even
Oh,
paying attention.
I am paying attention, but I'm responding at the same time.
Margaret, I miss you, Margaret. Laura is not paying attention. I could have been saying everything in the world. Look, Margaret.
Okay.
Margaret, like, yeah, they miss me now. I miss you, Margaret. So, what did you say that you do watch when you watch TV?
So I watch whatever my husband be watching. I watch some of the stuff he watch. I don't watch everything he watch because I don't like demonic movies and stuff like that. I don't watch that kind of
What
stuff.
kind of demonic
Like
movie?
scary movies and stuff. I don't watch that kind of stuff. I never been a big fan of those kind of movies. Any kind of scary movies and stuff, I'm not gonna watch it. So I just, I'm gonna cut the TV off. Um, I ain't gonna watch that kind of stuff.
No,
But
I don't watch scary movies either. I like romantic comedies type movies.
yeah.
Um, what's your favorite movie?
Let's see. Uh, it's a thin line. That was my favorite movie.
That was your favorite? Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies. That and Boomerang. Those were my favorite two
Yeah,
movies.
two good movies. America is so close to the full judgment of God, and they don't realize that everything that is going on in this country is evident of what's to come. That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true.
Well, our guest is gone for the day. I guess she was having problems with her phone or something, so she's gone for the day.
I'm
But
not. Well, I guess I keep that to myself.
yeah, yeah, please do. Yeah, that I could just only imagine what those people was feeling, how they were feeling when they seen their friend get chopped up with that by that helicopter. I could only imagine. I know that was like a moment that they could never get out their head. They would never be able to get out of their head. So yeah, I could only imagine. And could you imagine going to a McDonald's and you getting a cup? Oh,
Girl, don't do that. That's just disgusting.
yeah, that is. It is really disgusting. It's disgusting just thinking about it.
Because you talk about somebody's bodily fluids. That's horrible.
Hmm. That is so true.
I mean, that's one of the worst things ever that you can do to a person is spit on a person. Then you make, oh my God, I ain't gonna even finish that sentence. That's horrible. So can I ask you a question? Your new book coming up, um, not asking you to tell all the details, but is it gonna be similar to the first one?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. But you got a new book coming out too. When is yours coming out? Yours is in.
Mine is coming out next month.
Oh, okay.
Mine is
Okay.
coming out next month.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
the so what we did was we already I don't know where that was at where that actually happened at Margaret. If you're talking about the spitting in the cup or are you talking about the young man that got chopped up? Tell us what you're talking
So
about.
I still
What
wish I was talking about stop talking about those spitting in the cup.
but anyway, yeah, the new my new book is um the new book is this coming out probably it'll probably be out next month as well. But we did do is we changed the cover for the original Little Sisters Listen Up. So you can actually go on Amazon and you will see the new cover. We have a new cover for Little Sisters Listen Up. And then and on the new cover, it mentions that that is part one of the book. And so you will be the part two will be coming out next month. So
Awesome. That's awesome.
yeah. Oh,
That
the
is-
helicopter. She said the helicopter. That happened, I think it was in Greece. British media. Oh, it said British media, so it's yeah. It said it was on a they was on a vacation, but I don't know exactly where. Greek City, that's what it says. Oh, Greek City newspaper. That's what that is. Who reported it? So I'm assuming that it happened in one of these little uh Greece. It happened in Greece. Yeah, that's where it happened at. It happened in Greece. But yeah.
So
So
I'm
are
sorry.
you are you planning on doing any touring with your book? With your new book?
I don't know how that goes, how to tour. I do plan on having a book signing. I do plan on um having a public launch, but I don't know how to do that. How do you have a book tour?
Well, you just you call up different cities around the world and and you tell them that you got a new book out and you talk to these bookstores and different bookstores and stuff about bringing your book to their platform, you know, and
Mm,
that's how you do it. You know, they'll probably ask you about posters of your book and things like that and examples of your book so that they can have them, yeah, and that's how you do it.
okay, that's interesting.
hmm It's just like I was telling you about the speaking event that we got coming up pretty soon. So what she said, wow, that's
I'm
awful.
sorry for everyone that witnessed that will never forget it. Right.
No, they won't. They won't. They said that the actual pilot was he was traumatized. He was traumatized after he seen it. So you could just imagine what the girlfriend was like because his girlfriend was standing there when it happened. And they were screaming, trying to get his attention to come back, but he wasn't. He was on his phone and not paying attention and walked right into the blades of the helicopter. And it just tore him to pieces. Yep. They said it
So
started with the head. Yep. So yeah, that's sad. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish nothing like that for nobody. But as I was telling you earlier about the motivational speaking event that we have coming up very soon, So with that motivational speaking event that we have coming up very soon, um, I was talking about the process of publishing a book in my speech, in one of my speaking events. I was talking about it because someone asked before, um, how did I go about publishing my first book and this and that, and a lot of people ask that question. So to answer people's question of how I published my first book, the very first book that I published, I went through a publishing company because I was green. I didn't know anything. So, because I was green and I didn't know anything about the publishing industry and how it worked and stuff, I um, went through this publishing company and I learned a lot. And when I say a lot, I learned a lot. The first book, I was green. Second book, I was still a little green. Third book, that's when I got smart, started learning different things. I started researching stuff and I started finding out information about how the publishing company works. So what happened was I wanted to change the price of my book. And I wanted to change the price of one of my books because somebody was telling me that that's how you promote your book. You put your book at a lower price first, and then you put the regular price up. You for the first day that it comes out, it should be at a lower price. That's what they was explaining to me, like $1.99 or something like that. So I called the publishing company, and because the person that was trying to help me do it, they explained to me that you can't change your price. I was like, what do you mean I can't change my price? That's my book. And it was like, you can't, because they have the rights over your book. And I was
Mm.
like, what?
Oh wow.
How? How could that possibly be? I wrote the book. They
Yeah.
say, well, yeah, you can't go in there and change it. I say, even if I call the book companies and stuff like that, and they said, nope, you can't go in there and you can't change anything. So after I learned that, I started researching. And I called the publishing company first. Let's just rack it up a little. I called the publishing company. I asked the publishing company about changing my price. So she said, "Oh yeah, yeah, we can do that. We can help you with that." I said, "Okay, yeah." So I want to change the price to like $1.99 for a couple of days. I said, "I just want to bring it down to $1.99 for a couple of days." She said, "Oh, sure, you can do that, and that will cost you so and so, so and so." She told me the price. I'm
What?
like, "Are you kidding?" I said, "It's a joke, right? You just joking, right?" She said, "No." She said, "In order for you to change the price, you're going to have to pay to change the price for that time." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "So, and when you get ready to change the price back,
You
you're
gotta
going to
pay
have to pay again." Right.
again.
I said, "Are you kidding me?" She said, "No, I'm not kidding." I said, "Well, it's my book. Why would I have to pay you to change the price of my book?" She said, "Because we were the ones who published the book for you. And so we got the rights over your book." I said, "You are shitting me, right?" Just like that. I said, "Wait a minute. We spend the hours, the overnights working on this book, but you got the right over our book." And she said, "Yeah." She said, "Unfortunately, yes." So then I said, "Okay, well, this is what we're going to do." I said, "I'm going to, for now on, I'm not going to publish any more books with you guys. I'm through publishing books with y'all. I'm actually going to change my book cover so that you don't have a right to the book anymore because I changed something on it. So because you changed something, that's how you actually and well, with the very first book, they did not have the rights to the book. I found that out too. That the very first book they didn't have the rights to it because I had did copyright thing already before I even published it through them. Before I even sent it to them, I had already did a
Right.
copyright thing.
Right.
So because I had did the copyright thing, that covered me for that book, that particular book. But the other books, I could not change anything unless I change the wording in the book, as well as the cover and all that. I had to go through a whole process with those 3 books that I had published with them. So I decided that I was not going to do any more publishing with them. And once I decided that, the owner of the publishing company called me. So, like the president of the company called
Yeah.
me because he knew that I was a real good client of theirs. I was actually really good with, I dealt with all of them, and it was, but I got this new person. It was a new person on the phone. She was really nasty and rude to me to begin with. Then so after that, I told him, I said, no, I think I'm gonna pass on publishing my books with you guys. So after that, we canceled it out. After I canceled out my contract with them, I was through with them. I didn't do any more books with them. That's when I learned how to self-publish. So when I started learning how to self-publish, it was like so rejuvenating. It was like power. I thought like, okay, I got this power now because now I know how to do it myself. Well, that was the best thing I could have ever done because after that, I was able to put the books on my own website. I started my own website and started putting my books on my own website. So I was learning a lot of different things about the publishing company that you don't know when you first start. A lot of times we don't know these things. So I didn't even know that um, I'm not getting 100% of my money for
Right.
my sales of my books. It was a lot that I was learning. So I'm like, okay. So this is why when people be thinking that, oh, you making a lot of money, then you got a lot of money because you done sold so and so and so amount of books. No, if you're with a publishing company, you are not receiving majority of that money. The publishing company is. So once I learned that the publishing company, how they were really bullies, really, um, I started learning stuff myself. And I started schooling myself on how the publishing thing worked and how to I started promoting my own self, marketing my own books. I started doing everything myself because they would market if they market me, that's an extra maybe extra $300 $400 just for marketing alone.
Mm.
And that's not marketing around the world. That's just marketing at, like, say they had a book fair somewhere. That's just marketing for that book fair. So I had to learn how to do those things myself. And I started marketing my own self. So when you guys see that I post on my pages about my website and stuff for my books where you can purchase my book at, the reason why I'm doing that is the because they don't.
Hey, Kit Kat, Karen,
Hey,
Ursula.
hey girl, hey. Yeah, so that's the reason why a lot of times you'll see me posting my website on my page and stuff, because I prefer that if you purchase one of my books, I prefer that you go to my website, because now I'm getting my own
Mm.
funds from my own book, not Amazon, not the publishing company, because that's why they was telling me to constantly push their website, to tell people to go to their website to purchase the book, because they were getting the money and I would get like a little check in the mail, and I'm like wondering, why am I getting, where's the big check at? Because somebody, like one of my friends had actually brought like she had brought like 100 books.
Mm.
And you would think, okay, now that's a nice little amount of money I should be getting from that. Well, because it was going through them, I got what was left over. And I was so disappointed, because I'm like, man, if I had known, only if I known what I know now, that would have been a nice little lump sum of funding for myself, you know. But because I didn't know, um, the publishing company is the one who benefited off of.
Knowledge is power. Knowing what to do is the biggest benefit to you. That's right. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. And that's what I had to learn. I had to learn that, I had to use my own brain to get my book out there,
So I wanted to ask you. So with your new book, the part two of Little Sisters, um, did you? Because I know you said you had a lot of notes from your first book. Did you use some of the things that you just was like, okay, I got to cut it off, or did you start anew with this second?
What you mean, the notes from the first book? Did I
No,
use some of those?
well, I guess what I'm asking is just that did you start at just page one, like just start writing again, or did you just use some of what was left over from your first book?
So actually, uh, the what I did was the new book is actually going into further details with from part one. Okay, so part one, it was basically giving you examples of what was going on. So actually in part two gives you more about actual characters that were actually dealing with this situation,
Mhm.
the different situations that part one talks about.
Similar to your play and your movie.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly it. So it
Okay.
breaks it down like that. Yeah.
So people can relate to it better a little bit.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
So you'll find something in it that may reach out to you, and it may say, well, this is something I was going through, or this is something I'm dealing with. Yeah.
okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So tell people a little bit about your book. I know you have that new book coming out very soon, and I'm excited to read it.
I do. I have a new book from my Let Me Tell You series. It's called Let Me Tell You About This Poetry, and it is just a book of poetry. So like I've always, you know, been a writer like my whole life, and I just I got like 1,000 million notebooks, literally like from the time I was like 13, I got stuff I wrote. And even now, and it gets on my nerves that I have so many notebooks and I will start a project and then start on another project in another notebook or a notepad or whatever. But so what I've always done is to just write different poems throughout my life. So what I did was to get this the all the poems that I've written as an adult and just
Mhm.
put it together as a book. So it's not what you would call traditional poetry, but it's really about some of the experiences in my life. I like to write about things that I've gone through. So that's what this book is about. These poetry is about.
Okay.
Like Prince, he made sure he wasn't on he owned his own. Right. Hey Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne. Yeah, that's what I had to do, Suzanne. I had to once I learned about how the process worked and stuff, I did feel like I was Prince, how Prince had to do. Prince gave them music, but he gave them music that, just some music because they had him tied up in a contract. And that was the same
Right.
thing with me. I
Because
was
they said that's why he changed his name, right?
Right, right. And that's what I did. So if you notice that in the very beginning when I first wrote the book, the night we had chicken for dinner, the cover was white. The cover was totally different. Now the cover is yellow and it's totally different from the first cover. That was the reason why, because of, you know, I had like a contract with them with that particular book. But they did not own that book. They didn't have the rights to that book. I had full rights to it. I even had the document to it. And so it wasn't nothing they really could do with that book.
Right.
But the other two books, they were able to, basically kind of control those two books. So they eventually, what they did was they took those two books out of Walmart, because they were in Walmart. Those two books were in Walmart. So they're not in Walmart anymore. But all the rest of my books are in Walmart. See, they couldn't take the one The Night We Had Chicken for Dinner out of there. So that book is still in Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other books is still in Walmart. So Walmart is considered a third party. So they're considered a third party. So they even get a percentage of whatever
Right.
that book sells for. So
Oh no.
so after the third party gets their money, the publishing company gets their money. It's just like when Left I was explaining to people about how that works with the music industry. Well, that the book industry is basically the same thing. After you do the math to it, you will see why that person isn't where you think they should be at. That is the reason why, because if you didn't do if you don't do your homework, this is what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah, that is why. I mean, when people ask me about my book,
Mm-hmm.
um, the one that's already out or whatever, I tell them they can get it from Amazon, but I would prefer them to get it from me because, of course, Amazon gonna send you your cut,
Yeah,
but we get to keep most of the profit when they get it from us.
exactly.
Um, so, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order the books and probably take a bulk to my signing, and then also leave some in my car and stuff like that.
And
But
so actually the best thing to do once you do get your books and stuff going and stuff is to go to a printing company, talk to them about pricing. Talk to them about pricing. How much would they charge you per print? You'll find that if you go to a printing company, that they're going to be cheaper than going through Amazon or any of those places. And
how?
easy.
Let me ask you though. Okay, let me ask you then, because I'm gonna tell you how much my book is to print, and you tell me if they're cheaper.
Well, you
Cheaper.
can tell me afterwards.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want to be telling that online. Like how,
That's true. That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I have
Susan
to
said
look
right.
into that. That's why Ray Charles had the rights over his music. Yep. And
Yeah,
that's also why Anita Baker just went through that fight about hers getting
hers.
her masters because everything was different and misinformation. I
Yeah.
heard that was the guy
Somebody paid for it for
Chance the Rapper
rapper. Yep, he got her rights to her
got
music for
her
her.
masters, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be legally that after a certain amount of time that the record company holds the masters, they're
Hmm.
supposed to get them. But and it was her time because I remember the day she printed on her her Twitter, that it was time for her to get her masters and that they owed it to her. But them people did not want to give her.
No.
That's why she had to take the fight public.
Hmm.
Because they were
Yeah.
still making money off of them.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't
It's
want to help her.
yeah. It's sad, but it's true. Everybody, a lot of these, and that's the reason why. So I recently got a call. I've been getting a lot of calls from like different publishing companies asking me to let them republish a couple of my books. They want to republish my books, but see, the catch is, see, and the first thing they say, well, you'll get 100% of the sale and this and that. We'll market you and this and that, but they don't tell you all the little details that goes into that. So they republish you, but they want you to give them cash so that they can republish your book. Then once they republish your book, now they're not going to tell you about the marketing part, that you're going to have to pay them for the marketing part as well to get them to remarket your book. and to get it back into these different stores and stuff. Well, my books are already in all the stores already. So I don't need you to do that for me. So that's why I'm like, nah, I'm gonna pass on that. So the guy was like, but I can, I can promise you that you'll get 100%. I said, no, you can't promise me anything. Can you promise me that they'll sell? That's what I asked them.
You
Keep
know
that
what I
quiet.
wish I could do? You know what
Mm,
I wish I could do?
mm,
I wish that that's because everybody still plays her music. That's right. They were still
mm,
making money from her, so they didn't want to give them masters up, honey. But Anita took that fight, honey, and prayed about it and got everybody involved and start shaming them people, and they went and got them things, Chance the
mm.
Rapper. But
Yeah.
I wish I could do is I wish that my book I could print it, take it, not take it, but be picked up by a major publishing company.
Housing, a
Yeah,
housing
yeah,
publishing company that will actually give you a check, cut you
like
a
an
check up
advance. That's
front.
right.
Right. Yeah.
I would be, listen, that would be beautiful because they give you that advance for like, we need 2 books in 4 years.
Hmm.
Here's a two. But just, that would be so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you have to go out there and get yourself a literary agent. You have to go and search for literary agents. When you find a literary agent, what happens is with the literary agents, they're not going to just accept anything.
They,
So it's a process. The whole thing with the literary agent is a process. Now they're petty. They can be really petty because they ask you to send them just a summary of your book. That's all they want. They don't want the whole story. They just want a summary of the book. And you have to send it exactly the way they're asking. If you send it any other kind of way, they're not going to even pay no attention to it. You send more than a page, they're not going to pay any attention to it. They're going to kick it out and they're not going to look at it.
well, I pursued that. Um, but claim it. Faith is an action word. Amen.
Amen.
Um, so I have a short story book, and the
Mm-hmm.
one that's coming out is poetry. So I looked at several agencies. Nobody was taking short stories.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. So that's one issue. So maybe if my third book I write, you know what I mean, like a regular book, maybe that's something I can pursue.
Yeah.
But they not. Nobody's gonna pick me up now.
Well, my book, I'm going to tell you this. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to say it anyway. Well, my book will be on a billboard very soon.
All right.
It's going to be on a couple of billboards here in Illinois, a couple in other places too, like New York City, and a couple of other different places. So,
Congratulations. How you swing
thank you.
that?
You gotta know, you like I said, you gotta study. You have to do your research on different things. So I started doing research on that as well, on how to market myself. So this is the reason why I have now decided, because I have so many people that ask me all the time. Thank you.
Right.
That ask me all the time about how different things that I do and how do I do that and this and that. So now I decided that I'm going to start being a PR for some people. So I'm going to be taking on clients and being their PR so I can promote them the way they need to be promoted, because I know how to do it now. I, I
Mhm.
I have learned so many things. So because of it, I decided that, hey, I'm going to start marketing myself as a PR. And so if there's somebody out there that's an author that's looking for somebody to manage their career, to help them get their books out there, get them in different stores and stuff, I'm your person. I know how to talk to these people. I know how to get your book into different stores. I've learned so many things with the process of my own book. And I'm just gonna ask you for my money up front. I'm not gonna ask you for nothing after you sell the book. I'm gonna ask you for my money up front, and I'll step back. I'll make sure that you get those book signings that you need. I'll make sure that you're in the stores that you need to get into and everything. So I
Wow.
even got connections with them now. So yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been doing my own studying. I've been doing my own research because, like I said, you get me, you fool me one time. What they say, you fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. What is it? Fool me once. What is it? Shame on me,
Shame
right?
on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
Right. And then if you get me the third time, then
Yeah, see, I don't know about no third time.
yeah. So I'm not gonna let you get me there again. It's just like when I was telling you about the guy who scammed me. That guy, when he scammed me and stuff, that bothered me so bad. I
Yeah.
started doing my own homework after that, and so now it's like it's a little different. I have like a different look at different things now, and I go for things and learn things on my own now. So. But like I said, if there's anybody out there that's looking for somebody to help promote them, to be their PR, I'm your girl. I got you. So I'm gonna start with Ursula. Ursula just don't know it yet, but I'm gonna start with her. I'm gonna help her get her little stuff out there, like she want to get it out there and stuff. I'm gonna show her how to do it. I'm even
Oh,
gonna show her a couple of the literary agents that she really needs to be seeking.
okay.
Because I'm sure that you probably seeked out some, but there are some literary agents that you probably don't know about that will look at your
That's
stuff. That would
amazing.
actually thank you. Hey Danielle. But yeah. So if there's anybody out there that's looking for a PR, hit me up in my inbox and we can work. I'll break it down to you.
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna
I think that you need to advertise more about this. I guess this is the first time talking about it publicly, but I'll give you, you are definitely good at your marketing and your promoting, and booking stuff. You're definitely good at that. Definitely.
That's so funny because that's what the lady told me when I went into one of the bookstores and I was talking to this young lady about my book. She said, girl, I'm gonna take your book in because you just sold that book to me. She said, and and to top it off, I'm gonna buy one right now because of it. And so she gave me cash money for it, and it
Okay.
was just, because the fact that she said, you really impressed the hell out of me because she said that, you knew your stuff. She said, you came in here knowing your stuff. You knew your numbers. I knew all that stuff. But it was a process. I'm going to tell you, it was a process. When you start letting other people start, where you're not paying no attention to what they're
Right.
doing and stuff, and this is all new to you. You going into it blind. That's what I did. I went into writing books and publishing books blind. I went into it blind, but you can't. I know a lot more about it now than I did. And I remember the publishing company that I originally started out with called me a few months back, and me and one of the ladies was going back and forth with the process and stuff. So she was telling me this, and she was telling me, I said, no, that's not right. That's not how you do it.
I will keep your PR offer in mind if I need it for the future. All
All
right.
right. All right. Thank you. But yeah, so she was like, she when I finished with her, she was like, she got off that phone, and then the president of that company called me, and he was asking me, so you don't think you would ever come back to us to pub? No. I said, I don't learn the business now. He's like,
Okay.
oh wow. Yeah, I said they remember when I was green and I didn't know anything. So yeah.
So that's what they do. Take advantage of people.
Yeah, they do. They take advantage of them. Yeah, they'll take advantage of you. If you don't know anything, they ain't not gonna tell you. It's just like my character. I just learned some new stuff about what I can do with her too as well. So get ready for Grandma Lala. She getting ready to make some major moves too. But I like the way you feel.
Stupid.
love
Always surround yourself with the right people, good friends that can also promote you as a friend without money involved.
Yep, that's true. That's true, Susan. Yeah, I'll. Ursula know that I'm always down for her. So she know. She already know.
Amen. Bird like
All right, guys. Sorry, I guess decided to, leave to cut out on us early today. So, but miscommunication and but we still had a good time anyway, right, Ursula?
That's right, we did.
Yeah, as always.
Everything
Well,
happens for a reason.
oh yeah, yeah. That's like the second time that she was supposed to be on the show. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, yeah. So
Thank
yeah.
y'all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Now all that singing, girl, I don't know. Suzanne said you got it going on, but I don't know about that singing. I know
But we want to thank you guys for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. And we really, really enjoyed you guys tonight. And if we hit that mega million, y'all will know it. No, y'all, yeah, y'all won't know it because we won't even tell nobody. We'll just be still doing the show, and y'all be thinking that we.
y'all gonna do something about some diamond earring like this. That's why I said bird ladies.
Oh, what'd you say? You gonna come in with some diamond
I said
earrings?
they gonna know I hit it. I'm gonna have some of them long diamond earrings. I'm be like, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, party purr, party purr.
Excuse me, Laura Bell. Would you happen to have any great coupon?
Fun. Oh, so make sure you guys get out there and play the Mega Million tonight. $830 million.
Woo!
Who cannot use that kind of money? Margaret
Woo!
Green, get out there in South Carolina and get that doggone ticket. Go buy one.
An employer brought $50,000 for ticket for employees. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Let me go get a ticket real quick. I know
Yeah.
that's right, Suzanne. Look out for you, girl.
Yep, me too. I'm going now. Give me another one. And another one.
I think it might be cut off. What time do they do it?
They don't do it until about 11 o'clock.
Oh, well, I might go get me one then.
Yeah, you better go get one. He a big dummy. She said he a big dummy. All right, everybody. So we will see you guys later.
Later.
Peace.
A-Town down.